Yemfa Kennedy Japan. Okay, Yemfa Kennedy Japan. Based on the last super delegates conference, the showing that he did very well, being the second, even above Alan Chemantin. What do you think they say so far the campaign are running on? Because he's trying so much to change the image, to say they're not on Yedu Kennedy Japan. Because if you look at the last 2 years, he's not been in that position anymore. So far after the campaign, does he have promise? Because some of the research say Olidi.
But it's not out of place to do say Ken is the second in the last election, and this one he's in the second pole position, the most competitive candidate against the Bawumia. It's Ken. It's like a Ken and a Bawumia race again. Okay. But you see, those times, Bawumia was a vice president. And Enyama Bebre and Uncle Suye were abandoned. I'm not forget to use against you. And then party in your band mobile. And the movie a bebano, a bema amount for a Muniama differently. Ken is a strong candidate, and I've said it. Ken, Nyama was started here in the party to position himself as the person who really care about party people. No, started here. And why you ma bebre? Who the omu nyina bo mu a? Dia why bibi na nkrofo na ehunu ama Ghana for so ati say why we am a party, why we am a party Ken. Branch champion say nye campaign we are. And can nyama na onu express why am a party na on ke bi da. And it is new information to a lot of party people. But Ken the Wayama parties for so many years, he regularly tells the party people, say, this is what I'm doing for the party. And the Ken are sinking into people's mind so many years, and Brian started a candidate. And the Ken they say, we're preparing him for this thing for a long time. And I'm not surprised by the fact that the strong showing. And when he entered the race, the catcher man for to baby T. Alan, how can Ken come and beat Alan? The constituencies Ken I build it within the NPP. Send a way in the Yama, send a one marketing in home. Embrace that one young will be the president. A man advantage over anybody who wants to contest it. If you are not a sitting vice president. Okay. Like if you are a sitting vice president, like Ken would have been like the one everybody wants to catch up with.
So Kenya Bawumia ni race ni ma.
Oh, Bawumia ni race I can't believe. Because Bawumia is candidate as a running mate to Akufo-Addo 2 times. And then he won election 2 times. Abema wanya a certain advantage.
Yeah.
And some advantage in one. But if like somebody like Bawumia is not in the race, Ken would have been in a pole position. Because he is the one who was able to market himself as the party, the party's people.
Okay.
The people for the party.
Yeah.
He is the one who has shown concern about party people. All these people have not really done that by saying it for people to know. But marketing is not about only doing it. Also, my constituency. So one can Talency constituency no onim say why did this hour. All of them might have done things. But the Ken there, Nyama Bebre Wayama party no. He regularly trumpets it to the party people in the media and everywhere for them to know say he's doing a lot for the party. So that has endeared him to a lot of party people. The way it will be a party no ewo na kumaso. What you must say. And for me no Ken, people can say a whole lot of things. What is actually affecting his campaign? People see him as somebody, but people are now playing back a lot of things he has said, which are considered negative against the party and people in this country, and they are using those audios against him. Because since we contest the last primary till now, some kind of
update
vituperations were slowed down. Slow down. But people say, yeah, man, slow down. Then they are Canada, and don't hear the opponents of campaigner. They are bringing a whole lot of things he has said in the past to say, "Why can't wait that? Why can't wait? And that's a moment the chance. So that's it. And that is what I.
Do you think that's how audios ni videos no mu use against him no? Ebenya nana because and Monday ni me boba kono no explain so it was about Safma for leaked tape bi and nana oye MPP4 no mu leaky you know so the harsh language was for only those who leaked the audio but omo they afra no e dey aye to second dey Japan dey odidi atem. Do you think about affecting nana?
That time no one share that anya time am masanche chiremu ya okay. How do you say? A time ye all kinds as no be ye ho no. One share that say na me kan no nti mamu mfa no ho sa. It is a na u be chiremu a obi be ka say it's an afterthought. That one problem no. That's what the opponent will use because the thing is working against it is trying to change his vow. But Satan now okay na ebe ye ho e ma party for bebrebe food those time. Unyam emre spend hours in the media to explain say they make kai no. This is the main important now. In the communication no and I mean say I say people are really the opponents are really pushing against him say nipa we mamun too market because emre bi okanwe emre bi okan because one who say after the last prime minister now no while really managing the composure, while managing the utterances. So one say, Akwana says, "No, one kasase ne o tiende ya kofa ni old audios ni nyama wake kan in the past no. Say okasate ya party penyiwe, okasate ya party for we no kind of attempted against party for, and that is what they are using to me against him. And I should tell you, say, the candidate is strong. Because when the candidate are not that strong, I don't need to go to the past and bring anything against. But the fact that you have to be going to archives to go and look for things he has said 7 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and then now and the I work here, it tells you say he is a really strong candidate.
Okay. Yeah, moving to Bawumia. Yeah, moving to Bawumia. Bawumia, so is he holding his own? There no kutano. Is he bringing that to the table or a swati? Because now everybody is going after Bawumia's votes.
Yeah, everybody is going after Bawumia, but I think in government, those strategies work. In opposition, those strategies don't really work. Because they are more opposition. And now, question is, Bawumia really any power being. The only person one be about a ban air from Japan. Because Honorable Kennedy Japan was a born chairman of Ghana Gas. Oh, they are there. Dr. Educhum, or education minister. Brian, first term, national security. Second term, agric. And Ufa candidate, you now say, Mufa trouble in Nama Bawumia. The question is, who's sector now who handle, problems there by and the family Bawumia now. Government is, but this is how it is easy to blame Bawumia. But now in opposition, people begin to ask the question, now who you wait to my year? And agric and come up and complaining. Education was some complaints when you are now war. And the young people say Bawumia, never back to and
Dr. Educhum response now the Bible he succeeded in education.
Is it your assessment of success varies, right? Or because education now people didn't have complaints now. On impact for the do say school placement or chesino say school placement so there are every ministry out there handle people have expectations and you can't meet all the expectations of people. So obviously always there will be issues people have against you.
Update.
So to go and say Bibia Koyenu, you cannot tell me that everybody accepts that you have performed very well there. You cannot say there are no party people who have serious issues with you. You were in charge of education. Education was responsible for scholarship secretariat. People who were looking for scholarship as party people. Now when you be so minister and you know or you know we want to be a okay, the only issues.
Free SHS school fees into baby stranded. Okay.
Yeah, free SHS was a massive policy, but free SHS also has its own issues. People were talking about the quality of food. There were issues that Ojukra said in Kolano or Muko school 2 weeks. No mamba now. People were complaining about all these things. And then don't sit back and say, "Me my made my you." And so this say, "You man who go one bason, sana Ghana for do one so sana party for no so ehunana." And that kind of comment, in opposition, don't do that. Me, Dr. Editro. See, as a politician, your success depends on the people around you, your advisors, your strategies. You may even be a very bad candidate, but if you have good strategies, good communicators, people who make sure that your campaign message, they are the one who determine your outing, they determine. They are the one who are putting spin on your messages. They are the one who are strategizing and crafting you as that person. The people who are projecting you as that person. If you don't have those people, you struggle. So Dr. Bichum, he's talking a lot, but I don't really see the effectiveness of his campaign team. Because I don't really see how they are projecting him as the candidate that should be. And you see, we have a situation that people think when they go and plant stories in the media, they are having front pages here, left and right. The people are shouting already means that they are being projected. That is not strategic communication. That thing you put in the media, it should give you a certain leverage to a certain point. But Dr. Bichum, as we speak, if you ask me, I don't really see the stagecraft of strategy that is propelling him to be like.
Campaign, Dr. Bichum campaign.
You can't see how Brian Champon campaign is going. Even himself, Brian could have done better, but I think that he also has issues of strategy and campaign messaging. Because sometimes some of the things he says, I don't even see how those things are feasible. Something like here. And they have the one that catch us a same way. Brian is missing the point by trying to prove that it's political. If he had smart people, in my opinion, the smartest brand should have had is for him to be branded and projected as a business leader.
Now, they say they are naming him as Kwawu Elon Musk.
But the question is based on what? What are the narratives? Okay, it's about narratives. What narratives are you making the people believe? Politics, they say, is make believe. Let people believe that this person, this is who he is.
Smart Gang Update.
To me, if he had had a strong team who really have the kind of strategy, I am of the view that the branding they are branding him, making him to look like a firepower politician, I think is the wrong way. Ken is the firepower politician, brand him that way. But I think Brand should be branded as a business mogul who has done A, B, C, D, who, when is given the opportunity, will use that acumen to make sure that Ghana thrives economically. And I think that he has done a lot for himself. Yeah,
I like that conversation. Canada has been consistent about me creating jobs. Me buy my water, me you have no cost over, but that should have been or no brand a champ on the messaging as a businessman.
Exactly.
Canada as a fire brand. Somebody me buy me grassroots for.
Exactly. So Ken should be the fire brand. That is his strength. But I see Brian's strength as the one who should have been branded as a business mogul, a young man of this age. At this age, he started this business. At this age, he had been able to build this. At this age, he has been able to build this. And by now, Brian has this total number of employees he pays. They work here, they work here, they work here. Brian owns this hotel chain, one of the biggest in Africa. This is a young man. Brian is the one who wants to transform the entire Kwawu into a tourism enclave. Brian wants to build an airport. Brian, sit down and do a branding that will project the guy as the man with the big brain to transform business in Ghana. And that if you give him the chance to become president, things he has done in his own businesses that has made his business to be doing well, he would transport that same strategy to make sure that private business grows. So Brian, for instance, should be surrounded by a lot of successful private business people.
Because I'm even picking information, say, Team Funny be crazy, like Carlos Money and the Oma sign one because I know, so because of Eastern region, all the Eastern regional MPs, the Kuya Munina want to camp. All of them are supporting Carlos
regional MPs, almost 70 said they are supporting Bawumia. They had a press conference. So for now, Brian has only about 5. If you take the numbers.
That is Eastern region, but he has other people, former MPs. He said Carlos Ahenkwa, son of Eastern region of Yesium, but not a MP. He is with him.
But then, if what you are saying is a photo on father, there's a problem. Because as I said, who candidate, you can never brand yourself. You can never make it as the candidate. The people around, if you put the best strategies around, everything you go and say is because that's what you are told to say.
Okay.
So if Brian had maybe 20, 50 business moguls, successful business people in Ghana, okay, around his campaign, and it's not political. The political people are down there doing the strategy and the rest. And the Brian appears in this campaign, and this business mogul that everybody knows is on the stage of campaign here. He goes to meet this delegate, this business mogul is with him. And some of these business moguls will be making statements that, they believe in Brian's vision, they believe that Brian and business will thrive. These people are so influential because they are successful people in this country, own their own businesses. So I was thinking that if Brian really was to be marketed and branded to be that candidate, I was thinking that the strategy would have been different. What he's doing now should be what Kennedy Pons should be, because that is Ken's advantage. And you cannot compete with Ken on that level. You understand it? So I think that I tell people that in any serious country, when people even have the dream of going to public office, the first person they hire is a publicist.
They have a crisis. I'm gonna hire publicists, yeah.
Appointment number power crano, power crano. Yaman appointment for only publicists. Official one of the story, my journalists will go and put publish in the media for me. And no,
okay.
Politics and politics. A politician is a whole brand. Okay, the way big companies will actually employ experts in branding, in communication to project their institution's image. A politician is a product that needs several experts to brand and project him. But that is what our politicians do.